Good morning, Wild Warriors. How are you this morning? The sun is shining here in Molinat, which is great because it kind of fits with today's theme of we're going to put the sunlight into the body, working with the fire element. So all you're going to need is your mat really today. I've got a blanket just because the mat's thin and the floor is hard. So good morning, Jane. Just saw Jane crop up. I'm just going to take a few minutes. Morning, Sasha, as well. Got the Exmouth crew. Yay. So, and Wendy, hi. It's the first time on here. I'm so glad you made it this morning. And we got all this sorted. So, yeah, it's a lovely day here. Oh, my notepad is flapping about, so I hope you can't hear that. What I really want you to just hear is the sound of the sea in the background here. So it's pretty quiet this morning, but there's an excitement around because everybody's been out fishing for this Easter weekend. And I think it wasn't until Thursday I realised it was Easter. So it's there's a nice feeling of people just making the most out of the situation. And today's class, so we're working with the fire element. This is week 3 of the Wild Warrior sequence. Working with the element of fire. So this is all about solar plexus region. And I think of wildcats when I think of this. I think of the lion. So the lion symbolises courage. Also the tiger as well, because the tiger's an animal who's really mastered this hot tap, cold tap thing. So the hot tap, cold tap is this, represents kind of like the systems in our body, specifically the nervous system. So when we've got the hot tap switched on, we're like kind of in fight or flight. The tiger's able to do that. It's able to run away from an animal, or towards an animal really fast, or away from danger really quickly. But he's also able to switch on that cold tap to relax when it needs to. And we need both of those taps functioning well. So refers to the sympathetic and the parasympathetic side of our autonomic nervous system. So we're going to work on balancing that today, and we're going to be channeling animals in nature, and specifically the tiger today. We're going to work with the tiger. So as always, who's that coming? Oh, morning, Frankie. Morning. I was wondering whether your sister Mary was going to be here this morning. Morning, Philippa, because I wanted to say thank you to Mary for this top that I'm wearing today, which is, I'll just read what it says on it. Travel light, live light, be the light, and spread the light. So isn't that lovely? It was a birthday present from a lovely friend of mine, Mary. So how are we all today? Are you feeling probably the whole gamut of emotions I'm imagining that you're feeling, and a very common feeling that there's kind of a collective energy that people are feeling kind of the same sort of thing. It can be very likely that you might be feeling this sort of funny feeling around this solar plexus area, which is relates to our feelings of fear and anxiety. So if you're feeling that at the moment, know that you're not alone. Kind of a normal reaction to an abnormal situation that you're in. So we're going to work a little bit to both strengthen this but also relax it. So that's like the hot tap, cold tap thing. So strength and resilience, but also calm and relaxation, the rest and the digest side. And I found a quote this morning for you, which kind of related to the tiger or the lion, which is, I learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. And I felt that kind of fitted for the energies at the moment, is that, it's important that we accept that if we've got fear, that's normal. Okay, these feelings of fear and anxiety, that's normal. What we can do is we can try and put our body into the right state so that it can deal with that fear more it can deal with the fear better. So it's able to manage it and then overcome it. It has to be a gentle process. And what we don't want to do at the moment, even though we're working with fire element at the moment, we don't want to overstress the system too much. We can put it into this kind of contained stress, where we're kind of in control of it and we can manage, where we are on that spectrum between comfort zone and stress. But we can do that on our mat when it's contained, and that will help us deal with things better when we're off the mat. So, shall we get started? It may be a little longer class today because I feel there's just a lot to put in there, and I also want to combine the gentle with the stronger stuff. As always, make sure that you're not going too far into stress. Just want to be in that stretch zone, a little bit out of comfort at times, but not into stress, just that nice stretch or challenge. And that'll be different for everybody. So we're going to start lying down. And this is a position you can always come back to if you feel that you've gone too far into stretch. So we're going to start with Shavasana. Always a nice place to start. If you're outside today, fantastic. If not, just enjoy the practice as if you are outside and channel that inner animal within. You might even want to choose your favourite animal that you're going to channel today, and to set that as your intention, that you're going to be a wild warrior, as like a creature in nature. And it moves naturally, it's strong, but it's calm, and it just goes with the natural rhythms of nature. So let's lay down flat on the mat. Let's begin in Shavasana today. So as you find your position on the mat, lay down flat. Have a good wriggle and a fidget. Make it comfy for you. Start from a place of rest and comfort. The arms and the legs outstretched. And imagine that you're lying in some sand. Have a good wriggle into it. Nestle yourself into the sand. Should we all imagine that we're on Exmouth Beach together? Hopefully it won't be too long. You can get back. I'll be coming up soon. Yoga on the beach. So imagine you're a starfish on the beach, just nestling into the sand and soaking up the rays of the sun. That's going to give you the power and the strength. There's so much strength and light and healing energy from the sun. And as you start to find your breath, have your awareness at this solar plexus region. It's called the Manipura chakra, the lustrous gem. And this gem is a bright yellow colour. So as you breathe in, imagine like it's this big yellow balloon right at the solar plexus region. As you breathe in, it fills with light and it gets brighter in colour. And as you exhale, you don't lose that light, it just starts to disperse around the body. So breathing in the light. So around about the diaphragm, you might feel the belly inflate with air as well as the lungs, rib cage. And exhale and just allow that light to just disperse around the body. Just tuning in to how you feel today. It's a time to check in with how your energy is today, and to remind yourself to be constantly checking in throughout the class. To be finding that balance between strength and calm. You may want to picture or imagine in your mind an animal that you want to channel today. nothing springs to mind, you might want to use the tiger. Might be another intention that you want to set for your practice today. Maybe to just find that balance in the body between you're strong, resilient, you're courageous, but you're calm, you're accepting, and you're surrendering to what is. As we strengthen this area, the solar plexus region, might even feel that tightness there to begin with, but just imagine on the exhale, just that softening, maybe even opening the mouth and breathing out some of that trapped fear, stress that you've had in there. And finding that balance between the inhale and the exhale. That's a sign we've got the hot tap, the inhale, the cold tap, imbalance. Might need a little pause at the top of the inhale, a little pause at the bottom of the exhale. It's about you finding your breath here. Allow the jaw, the shoulders to relax. And release on the out breath now anything you don't need for the next hour or so for this practice. We're going to slowly just bring the knees into the chest now and give yourself a hug. Give yourself a nourishing hug first. Massage in the lower back, maybe by making circles with the knees. And then we're going to lift up the feet in the air. We're not going to straighten the legs, but you can imagine you're going to have the feet flat against either the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. The knees bent. And the hands, you're going to do the same with the palms, the elbows bent, as if the palms are flat against the ceiling. Now this position here, it's called a sleeping tiger. The tiger sleeps where he's kind of ready for action. And it's calm, so we're trying to find that balance between strength and calm. You may feel just by holding this position, we're having to use the legs, but specifically the core starting to activate our deep core muscles. Let's take a few breaths here. Sleeping tiger. But now we're going to bend the knees, bring the feet down to the floor. Take the arms out to the side. Have the feet quite wide, so maybe just the little pinky toes are off the mat. Palms are facing upwards. Lift up the shoulders to relax them down. We're going to drop the knees to the right as you take the head to the left. Now bring the knees back through center. Drop them down to the left as you take the head to the right. So just slowly moving with breath. This is just going to help disperse that kind of little fire that we just started to build in the belly there. So we don't want this like fierce fire in the belly. We want a little bit of fire in the belly, but we want to disperse that energy so that it's more like you've got an all-over glow. Doesn't that feel nice? If you're not feeling very glowy at the moment, remember, accept these are challenging times. However you're feeling, it's okay. It's normal. Now with the last movement with the knees to the left, bring the feet back into center. Bring the feet so they're parallel and hip width, so a little narrower. Make sure the feet are parallel. Bring the arms down the sides of the body. We're going to iron out this lower back curve. We're going to tip the pelvis upwards. Press down into the hands and press down into the feet, as if pushing the earth away from you. And just lift up the hips to a bridge. And breathe into that solar plexus region. Breathe a light into that area. There's infinite light available to us. And the sun, especially at the moment, vitamin D, is so good for us. So if you can get out in the sun today, go and grab some sunlight. Bring the knees into the body. Hug the knees in. Well, we're going to rock and roll to come up to seated. Now, this doesn't work for you, then just roll onto the side and come up to seated. But if not, have a few rocks and rolls. Again, it uses a little bit of core strength to do this. We're going to rock up to seated. Good, and we're going to take the legs cross. We're going to do some nice slow spinal flex. So this is a Kriya, but we're going to slow it right down. Do it with breath, the hands on the knees. Going to inhale, you're going to bring this solar plexus forward as you roll the shoulders back and lift the head. And as you exhale, you do the opposite, you flex the spine. We inhale, open the heart, lift the head, and you exhale and you round. So freeing up the energy in the spine. Really useful to do this kind of thing first thing in the morning as well, when everything's become a little bit stuck, or if you've been sat for a long time. Do this sort of thing to get the energy flowing up towards the spine. If we've got energy blockages in the spine, which basically means, you know, it could be the vertebrae, it could become compressed, just kind of pushing down on nerves. Literally the flow of blood, oxygen, nutrients won't be going to the brain, and that can make us feel tired. It can make us feel a little bit down in mood as well. Now let's just start to move this around. So lead with your solar plexus and take some big circles. And just move freely. Don't think of isolating any part of the body. You know, you look at animals when they wake up, they don't go, oh, I'm going to do some shoulder circles. They kind of go, oh, that's nice. So let's reverse those circles. Somebody down there is lighting the barbecue for fish. If that smell of fish starts to come up here, that's going to make this a test of my courage. So big circles. Okay, then take the legs and give them a shake out. And shake them out and just circle the feet. And again, the whole body moves. And going in the other direction with the feet. And then point and flex the feet. Now we're going to just bring the heels up towards the bottom. We're going to take the hands behind. We're going to just lift off the chest from here. And I'll show you from this side. So where your hands are depends on the length of your arms, depends on what feels right for you. And the feet up towards the bottom. Lifting up the chest, that might be enough for you right now. If you want to give yourself a little challenge, push down into the hands and lift off the hips. Smile, breathe. Quite hard work. And then dropping the hips down, maybe just swing the hips down between the hands. And swing the legs around behind you as we come onto all fours. So of course we're going to do some tiger today, but let's just do some freestyle. We'll call it freestyle wildcat, shall we? In fact, I'll just take the freestyle out and call it wildcat. Why did I not think of this? It's just the wildcat. It's the wildcat. You know, it's not just this like linear cat and cow. We want to move around, create some freedom of movement. Just move in a way that your body wants to move. You can tuck the toes. That's going to be really good for you to have the toes tucked. And just as you press back, you're going to feel a stretch on the soles of the feet. Really good for you. Really good for us at the moment to work with the feet. You know, give yourself regular foot massages. And they help you stay grounded in these times that, you know, are challenging to our groundedness. I often talk about grounding as being the antidote to anxiety. So, come into the body, get grounded, work with the feet, work with the legs, get out into nature, walk barefoot as much as you can. And that's something that you can do, you know, the benefits of us it's normal for me spending all my time in yoga gear, but I guess there'll be some of you out there that are embracing this time. You don't have to, get into your work gear. A good time to spend walking barefoot as much as you can, even if it's just around the house. It's going to help you stay grounded, also help to work on the feet. Now we're going to sit back onto the heels and we're going to just lift the hands one at a time. I just was looking around there to see where my cat was, because I always forgive him when he does this. He goes to one of my scarves and he goes like this with his paws, and it's the way they relieve stress, apparently. Maybe Frankie, you know a little better what it is that animals do when they do this. I understand it as kind of a stress relief. It's a kind of self-soothing exercise. But Lucky's hardly here during the day. He kind of, gets up in the morning, has his food, goes out, spends the whole day outside. I'm glad he's happy. Makes us happy when our pets are happy, right? So, sitting back onto the heels now, extend the fingers away, so you want maximum length between the tailbone and the fingertips. So here's our crouching tiger. Now we can make it a little bit more, hot tap, a little bit more feisty if you want to, is by lifting the knees off. Now you keep the knees bent so it's not a down dog. You're looking towards the front of the mat. You're keeping breathing. You're smiling. It's like that tiger, poised for action. Notice, feel it uses all of the muscles in the body. Builds that little bit of fire, builds that little bit of heat. Now drop the knees down and let's rest in child's pose. Cold tap switches on. It's called rest-based training. We go hard, we train that hot tap so that we're strong, we're resilient, we've got explosive power that we could deal with that stress if it comes. But then we want to be able to switch off that hot tap, switch on the cold tap and breathe. And your child's pose is your rest position. Use it to, even open the mouth, focus on the out breath. That's your cold tap. Try and extend that out breath. Let the body soften and rest. Slowly bring ourselves back up to all fours. Hopefully you've recovered from that. So set the hands now underneath the shoulders. So different. Give your tail feathers a little bit of a shake. So loosen off there. We've got two options with this. We're going to start off with option one. I'm going to give you a more advanced option in a moment. But our option one, we're going to take the right leg back. Just move a little bit. Take the right leg back, we lift it up. The elbows are soft, you lift the head and you lift the leg. As you exhale, you're going to curl and round and bring the knee to the chest and the head to the knee. It's smooth, it's controlled. There's our hot tap. Inhale, poise, ready for action. Exhale, draw the belly in, head to the knee and round. Slow and controlled, so not swinging the leg, controlling it. Inhale, lift, exhale, and around. Now you can stay at this level, or level 2 would be the inhale, the leg, and the head lifts. The exhale, you tuck the left toe, you push down into the hands, you draw the belly in, the knee to the chest again, the head to the knee, and round. So we inhale. If that's not for you, just keep the left knee down and do what we were doing before. Inhale, leg, head lifts. Exhale, knee comes to the chest, and we round. Inhale, leg and head goes back. And exhale. Now we're going to tuck and round. Now, here we're gonna hold and you're gonna push down into the hands. Draw the belly in and see if you can just step that right foot through between the hands. So you can have done that from all fours. You might need to grab the ankle, bring it through. So you might be used to doing, like taking the leg back, swinging it through to place the foot down. That all uses momentum. This way we do it, we use the strength in the core to do that. Now bring the fingertips down to the floor. We're going to focus more on taking the tailbone back and just softening the back of the body here. So we inhale, we're forward. You exhale, just take the tailbone back. It's not important that if that front leg straightens or not. Just think of things softening as we're still warming up. And one more. Let's just hold with the tailbone back. Extend the chin towards the big toe. Smile, breathe. And don't lock out this leg. It's not the aim just yet. Just go for the sensation. So we're not rounding over the leg, but stay lifted, still quite active. Draw the toes back towards you. We now bring the right hand just to the inside of this right leg, and we're going to take the leg and we're going to draw a circle. We're going to take it out to the side. We're going to take it all the way behind us. Plant the hands again, and then bring that knee down and rest in child's pose. And soften. You may feel the difference right now between the sides of the body. Maybe the right side of the body more enlivened, more enervated. Maybe softer as well as activated. Also soft. Now let's come back up onto all fours. So hands underneath shoulders, and knees underneath wrists. Give the tail feathers a shake. Yeah, now with the left leg, going to swing it back as you lift up the head. You just go gently to start with. It's level 1 and the first 3. As you exhale, bring the knee to the chest, draw the belly in, and round the back, head comes to the knee. Sweep back and lift up the head. You exhale, slow and controlled, feeling everything. And he comes to the chest. Inhale, lift head. Exhale, and round. Now on this one, the leg back, lift up the head. Just an option to tuck the right toes. Push down into the hands. Use that leverage to lift yourself up and bring the head towards the knee. Well, you can self-regulate here, and that means judging for yourself how far you go and what level's right for you. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest and round and suck that belly in. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale and round, and we hold on this one. Remember, the right knee can be down, that's fine. You can still do this step through. Push down into the hands, create a bit more lift, step the foot between the hands. Did you feel how that used all inner core strength there, rather than this swinging action? Let's drop the right knee down now, and using the fingertips, just float the tailbone back. It's probably going to feel tight to start with at the back of the leg. When you breathe out, take the tailbone back. Breathe in, floating forward. Breathe out. So we're looking towards the big toe. Try not to lose your focus and notice your pedicure that was more for me as well as you. I felt my mind wander and go, oh, pedicure. I need to do something about my toenails. The thing is, with mindfulness, it's about noticing when your mind's wandered, and that's already exercising mindfulness, so it's okay if the mind wanders. It's just noticing when it does. And let's take one more, and let's just hold here. So that leg extended, just the tailbone going back, just until you get sensation. You might need to change where the fingertips are, and then we want to open. So instead of sort of being rounded, just see if you can open up this solar plexus region, the chin towards the big toe. Softening the back line of the body. Now, just sinking forward, planting that left foot down, hands underneath shoulders, bring the left leg out to the side, bring it round behind you, replant the hands, and then bring this knee down as if a resting child's pose. Dropping the head down. You might need to just move the head from side to side. Notice if you've just gotten some tension in the neck built up. And relax and soften. Now we're going to come back up, lift up onto all fours, but we're going to sit back with the toes tucked, and we're going to float the body forward until the shoulders come over the wrists. Now if I just relax and drop down here, you'll see what my shoulder blades just protract on the back. What I want to do is push down into the hands, tighten up the muscles in the upper arms, already got that engaged, ready for action sort of feeling. Now what I'm going to do is just take the crown of the head forward and then up, but keep pushing the ground away, and the hips will just lower slightly, not too much, but see if you can just bring the toes off slightly. Again, push down into the floor, just go as far as feels nice, and shine your light forwards, and smile and breathe. Keep tightening up in the upper arms, don't sink down the chest. Keep smiling, keep breathing, only go as far as feels nourishing for you. Good, then we're gonna tuck the toes under. We're gonna sit back onto the heels. We're gonna push down into the hands. We're gonna lift up to a down dog. If down dog is not for you today, stay on all fours and just move around. But we wanna be a creature in nature, moving around, maybe taking the knees side to side, walking through the feet, relaxing the head and the neck. So with our tiger moves, we should be quite prepared for this next movement. And again, you can do this from the knees down. So, and this might change from day to day, whether you do it knees off or knees down, but we're going to lift the right leg up in the air. First thing we're going to do is shake out the leg as much as you can. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. And then we're going to bring the knee underneath you. We're going to bring it in under slow. It doesn't matter if you're already dropping the foot down. You can always pick the foot up, bring it in between the hands. We're going to lift off the black heel. We're going to draw in the belly. And we're going to step the foot so it lands between the hands. We made it. We made it. Okay, so from our lunge here, so you might have the knee down or knee off. If the knee's down, we want to lift it off now. Change the position of the feet if you need to bring that back foot in. But we're going to pivot on the left toe, and we're going to land the heel down. And then we're going to open out the arms. We're going to open out to a warrior two. So I'm going to guess you're facing towards me, looking along the middle finger. So we're in a warrior two. Now from here, I'm just going to move back so you can see me. I'm going to transfer the weight onto the back leg. So you're back knee bend, stay looking along the middle finger. And then you're going to open out. We're going to stick the bottom out. We're going to make this into a wild warrior. So the right palm will come and face you. The right palm comes to face me. Okay? You're on a surfboard. Just imagine you're surfing. The left palm comes up. We stick the bottom out. We draw the elbows back. We sink down. Now we've got some pretty big waves at the moment going on, haven't we? Now this, we're just going to move in whatever way feels nice for you. Imagine the waves are coming. Oh, and the body's responding to its environment. So it's a wild warrior, this. We're not just holding it steady, but we're going to move around in it to start with. So, showing you from the side, your back knee is bent, your left leg's bent, right leg straight, the bottom sticking right out, this solar plexus region open. Now let's sink down, draw the elbows back. Maybe imagine your favourite place you would be doing this. I think I'm on a wave in Bali at the moment. Although here's pretty perfect, I've got to say. I'm very blessed. Now, from your wild warrior, we're going to transfer the weight back onto that right leg. And you're going to lift up your left leg, lift it off and bring it behind you. It's like a curtsy with that back leg lifted. And you're going to bring the right arm around towards that left leg, the left arm in front. It's quite a balance. It's called a skater. Just going to come forward for this one. My skater. Bring the arms in front as if offering the hands towards me, and then just bring this left leg down underneath you. Ooh, and sit down onto the bottom. Wow, where you should have ended up. I'll just give you a moment to recover and to get into this position. There's the left leg underneath and the right leg in front. You want the foot planted. That leg's not going to be straight, and that's not important. More working to just relax the back of the body here. So we're going to sweep the arms forward, and we're just going to relax in a sleeping swan. So the left leg tucked underneath, the right leg just out in front, but also the foot's planted. We want to lift up and lengthen the waist, and exhale, fold yourself over that leg. More focus on the back of the torso than really straightening that front leg. Or to sleeping swan. And breathe into the back of the body and feel the rib cage expand as you breathe. Lifting yourself up. So you probably felt that. That was a cold tap stuff. You had quite vigorous wild warrior, building strength, fire, resilience, courage, and then softening. We want that balance between the two. Now from here, what you're going to do is you're just going to take the feet, well, I'll show you from this this way round. In the full sequence we'll do it slightly differently. So we're going to lift up the right leg, and you're going to come to sit onto to have the feet out to the side. Okay, so you're sideways on from here, and then we're going to bring your left hand just behind you, so kind of in line with your sacrum, wherever it's comfortable, the fingers facing towards the back. The right hand in front, the palm facing away. Now what we're going to do from here is we're going to just push down into the hand. We're going to lift up the arm. I'm going to shine your light forward. Now if you've got it available to you, you want a bit more, you can lift off the hips. You can just push down into the feet. You lift off the hips, and then you just take the fingertips on the right hand just behind you, behind the head. Yay, smile, breathe. And then dropping the hips down. Now we're going to turn towards the left shoulder. Keep taking that left arm behind. What we're going to do is, this is the tricky bit. We're going to come towards that left side, push down into your right foot so that the left foot comes out. We're going to flip all the way over. And so we're on all fours. And then you're just going to sit back to child's pose. You might want to just turn around so that your head's towards me again for your child's pose. However you got there doesn't really matter. I'm going to build on that next week. So as long as you're resting now in child's pose. And imagine on the out breath, so as we've built that little fire, we're also going to be breathing out through the mouth. You know, any of that dead air, any of that stuck energy. We release our toxins on our out breath, most of our toxins. So breathe it all out. As you relax, the longer you can make that out breath. And what's going to help you recover. Balance the inhale and the exhale so that you know the body's back in balance. And then lifting the head up. Are we ready to do the other side? I don't know what it's like where you are, but this is like the hottest I've been teaching in this year. So I'm like, woo. Drink plenty of water if you're like me at the moment. Good. Whoa. So, tuck toes. Sit back onto the heels. Let's find that crouching tiger. So which you'll have your head facing towards me. I'm just moving to the side so that you can see sideways on. So get that nice bounciness. The crouching tiger's poised for action. Oh, maybe he's lifting up his paws, so make sure he's not stressed. He wants to be calm and he's to keep that sense of calm within. Now lifting off the knees and pressing back. Get that nice bouncy, pressing, crouching tiger going. And then lifting up and finding down dog. Oh, move around in it. And the creature in nature, it's getting ready. It wants everything to be strong and resilient. It needs freedom of movement. It needs to be strong in every direction. And then let's lift that left leg up in the air. Give it a shake out. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And then you're going to bring the knee underneath you. You're going to do this nice and slow. Remember, the right knee can be down if you need it. Lift off the right heel and step the foot through between the hands. Did we make it? I can round face you. So, fingertips next to the feet. If the foot didn't quite make it, just give it a helping hand. Pull it on through. Now lift off the back knee. Adjust that back foot if you need to. Going to just pivot on the right toe, land the right heel down. We're going to windmill the arms to a warrior two. So you're facing me, I'm just sideways on so you can see. So we start off in warrior two. So your left leg's bent, the right leg's straight. But we're going to transfer the weight. So we're going to start to straighten that front leg, left leg, and bend the back leg and stick the bottom out. So just start with the arms out to the side. So we want this solar plexus region open. It's a really strong warrior pose, this. Now we're going to change the hands. So the left hand, palm facing towards me, the elbow out to the left. All kind of on the same level as the shoulder. The right palm faces away from you and lifts up. Stick the bottom out, and here come the waves. Whoa, just move in a way that feels nice. So you're going to be strong, resilient, no matter what's coming at you. You know, a surfer can't just be strong there, one position. He's got to be able to manage the waves coming through. Keep this solar plexus region open. We're strong, we're grounded in the lower body. We're able to move and respond to all these external stresses that come our way. And then sinking down. Open the heart, draw the elbows back. We're riding the wave. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? If we could just ride this wave for a little while, just go, can we just plain sail for just a little minute? Think how strong we're going to be after this. You know, it's the toughest times in life that always shows who we are and give us that resilience, and it's usually going to upgrade us to a kind of a new platform. Now we're going to bend that front leg. We're going to transfer the weight. We're going to bring the back leg in. We're now in a skater pose. So you turn towards that left foot. Okay, if you've not got your balance, just bring the foot down, find it first and lift off. Keep breathing, keep smiling. Are we smiling? Are we breathing? Most important things. Even if you just smile and breathe through the whole thing, you're doing your own thing, freestyling, that's okay. Now bring the arms forward. See if you can lower down. Notice how much core strength that requires. And then sit down. Oh, I don't know about you, I'm ready for a sleeping swan after that. I got the smell of barbecue, like the cooking fish and all sorts of lovely things around me. Got that smell going around me. I'm ready for brunch. I'm ready for your siesta. But you know, you've got to climb the mountain to get the view. So we're going to put in the work first and then we'll be ready. So right leg's tucked underneath. This left leg, the foot's planted in front of you. Get up on the sit bones. And like collapse over that leg. Relax the arms, breathe into the back of the body. Breathe into the rib cage. Soften that back body that's often become hardened because of the battles we've had to face in the past. That's what's behind us now. Breathe into the back of the body. Allow that to soften, and it allows the whole of the upper body just to melt down over the leg. Feel free to move around in it if you like. Oh, get the breath back to normal. Good, now lifting up, coming up to seated. We're going to open the legs out to the side. So wherever you are from here, even if you're facing me, it doesn't matter about, you know, directions on the mat. You just got the feet wide apart. I'll show you from this side, in fact. So the feet and a wide apart, wherever they're comfortable, whatever distance they're comfortable away from the body. You'll know when you come up into this pose we call rock star, you know when you come up into it whether the feet are in the right place. So set your position. This time I've got the right hand behind, just kind of behind the sacrum. Okay, wherever again is comfortable for you. The left palm faces, pushes away from you between the legs, and then lift up the chest. Now if you just stay here today, that's fine, that's okay. Just look to open up, lead with the solar plexus, open up the chest. That's going to bring this power into the body. If you want a bit more, push down into that backhand, lift off the hips. Hey! Hello, rock star. Remember to smile and breathe in it. If it starts to become stressful, it's counterproductive. And drop down when you need to. Bringing the tailbone down, bringing the seat down. Start to bring the right hand around behind you. And you're just going to release the right foot. You push down into the left foot. Flip yourself over to land in child's pose. Or however you get in child's pose from here. That's fine. You can rest now. You can even bring the arms alongside the lower legs, the palms facing upwards. This is a little bit more calming than having the arms out in front. So also giving the shoulders a little bit of a break there. So go to the breath. Being able to, in that sequence there, to build it part of what we're doing with fire. Fire transforms energy. So you'll have been burning off some of your fear energy in there. So now on your out breath, as you rest in child's pose, allow yourself to breathe it all out. Maybe you can even picture or sense like this stream of black smoke coming out your mouth. That's all the crap you don't need. The body's so smart. It knows how to get rid of this dark stuff out of us. Allow the body to do the work as much as you can at the moment. Try and get out of your head, come into your body, and let your body do the work for you. Dobar dan, Adriana. So let's lift up. Sit onto the seat. Hopefully you've recovered a little bit. You feel like more of a glow than a fiery heat in the belly. But you're just going to bring the fingertips behind you. And have the fingertips facing forwards. Now this may be enough for some of you. You may want to go a little bit further and lift off the hips, which is a variation of a camel. I like this variation better than dropping back into it, which leaves the back vulnerable. But instead we use the strength of the spine to lift off the hips. The fingers facing forwards. Let's shine your light. Smile from the armpits. Smile from the belly. Smile from the liver. Smile from the face. Feeling that strength build up and not forgetting to breathe. And then lowering the hips down. And coming back up to the upright. How are you feeling? Now sometimes, and we've built a lot of fire today, and I talked about, balancing the fire out. We don't want too much fire. We want enough. We're always looking to gauge it, asking yourself in the morning, you're feeling all heavy. It's a kapha style of a constitution. You might need a little fire just to give you a bit of energy for the day. But if you're already up and at it, and you're already, been doing lots, if you're already kind of, breath up here in a bit of fight or flight, you want to be able to balance it out. Now, one of the easiest ways that you can do this is with Viparita Karani, which is legs up the wall. So if you've got something to put your legs up against right now, then you can take that. If you've not, don't worry, because you can also do it a bit like Sleeping Tiger style. So we would just lay down. You can even have the legs up the wall, or you can just have the legs dangling in the air. We don't want them too active. It's going to take some effort to hold the legs up. But what we do is want to sort of let all this kind of the lactic acid will drain out, stimulates the lymph. The legs are going to feel lighter, but it calms the nervous system. So this switches on our cold tap. So if you're feeling you've been overstimulated, if you've got any of that fear energy still in you, you take legs up the wall or legs up in the air, depending where you are. Now if you're feeling the backs of the legs are pretty tight, then just sort of draw the toes back towards you as well. Just seek out that sensation in the back of the legs. The hamstrings will be lengthening like this without you using too much effort. But what you also can do is just tighten up that muscle that's just on the top of the knee, like the very lower part of the thigh, just tighten up there. And you'll feel the backs of the legs lengthen. When we contract that muscle there, your posing muscle then softens and relaxes. You can close the eyes here. Just feel that fire just now come down to a simmer. And more of an all over glow. If you're watching this in the morning, this is great. It's a great one to do first thing in the morning. If you're doing it at night, I would suggest you spend at least 15 minutes with the legs up the wall like this, just to calm the nervous system. It's also this move, Viparita Karani, legs up the wall, is a great thing to do every night to help you get to sleep and to calm your nervous system. It's very likely common at the moment. I've heard this from a lot of people struggling to sleep. There's high energies going on. The collective energy is a little anxious. So one of the things you can do is legs up the wall for 15 minutes at bedtime, and that's just going to help you. Also Epsom salt bath, lavender oil, and plenty of magnesium, nice chamomile tea at bedtime. Now we're going to bend the knees. I'm going to bring the knees into the chest and give them a hug to start with. And we're going to end up on a twist. Now our twist is going to be our windscreen wiper legs we kind of did at the very beginning. So have the feet mat width apart, the little pinky toes just off the edge, the feet at a decent distance away from the body and the feet turned out. The arms are going to be out to the side. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, drop the knees to the right and take the head to the left. Oh. Now once you're there, just sort out the shoulders so the shoulder blades are flat, you're really comfy. And also adjust the twist to make it yours. The twist is very personal, it's different for everybody. What we want to focus on here and what I'm looking to achieve with this style of twist today is that we're still getting that twist, that rinse out at the end. We're going to take that fire energy that's in the belly and we want to help disperse that around the body so that it's not like this concentrated fire there. But we want to feel that solar plexus region, not compressed but still open up. And I'm hoping you can hear the birds tweeting there. Maybe even the sound of the waves. As you allow yourself to soften into your twist. This is where the body's just starting to, this final rinse out. We're starting to rest and recover and also process everything that you've done in your practice today. Now let's carefully bring the knees back through center and drop them down to the other side. Finding that comfortable twist. Making sure the shoulder blades are flat, the arms just away from the body. It's a gentle twist, but you just want to seek out where you're getting sensation, but it's not stressful. Make any adjustments that you need to. Long, smooth breaths as you breathe out and release. Try and make that exhale last longer. Maybe you would. breathe out just that last bit of stock energy and fear. Allowing the body to soften even more on every out breath. And now on this next inhale, carefully bring the knees back through center. Give yourself a hug and massage the lower back as you move the knees around or rock side to side, or whatever feels nice for your body. There may be another move that you want to do that feels right for you at the end of the practice. It could be a full body stretch. It could be a happy baby. A lot of people like to end the practice on a happy baby. I quite like to too. So you have the arms between the thighs and take the feet to the side. A bit like your sleeping tiger. And you move around however you want to. It might just be rocking the knees side to side again. Might be, you know what, I've been waiting for Shavasana for an hour. I'm going to go straight into that now. And that's okay. So, when you're ready, finding that starfish pose on your feet. And using the breath. As we move into our state of relaxation, let's just do a little 4-part breathing, which will help you balance this hot tap and cold tap. So you inhale for 4 counts. You hold for 4 counts. You exhale for 4 counts. And you hold for 4 counts. You inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And hold for 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. And just do this at your own pace now for a few rounds. Making the counts last as long as it feels right for you. And then just breathing normally now. Might feel like the breath's almost disappeared, and that's a good sign. It happens perfectly well without you. Everything's in a perfect state of balance. You're a creature of nature. We come back into our natural state of being when we spend time in nature. We bring ourselves back into that state of harmony and balance that animals have naturally, that plants are naturally. That flowers are naturally. And even if you're not feeling quite yet like that you're going into your full bloom, remember it's coming. This is where we find out who we are. And inside of you, inside of all of us is a seed of a flower. And if you look within, you'll find beauty and power. So feel your solar plexus now. You may even want to place your hand on that area. And any time you feel the tightness build up there, just place your hand on that area and remind yourself of that light within, the seed with the light added to it. It's getting ready to bloom. Breathe into your hand now. Maybe you even want to repeat the words to yourself in your head. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. And if you're feeling good, then take the tip of the thumb, tip of the forefinger together on each hand. Just rest the arms by the sides on the floor. Press the thumb and forefinger together, just the tips on each hand, just to seal this feeling in, just as an anchor that you can use whenever you need to, just to access this inner power. And now starting to take some deep breaths. As you breathe in, feel your energy come back and the body start to awaken. Just wriggling the fingers, wriggling the toes, take a big stretch. One side at a time, whatever feels nice. An animal waking up. It's calm, it's strong, it's got this inner strength, but it's calm, it's not rushing. It's conserving its energy. It's doing what feels right in every moment, to take care of itself, to nurture the seed, to maintain that balance of energy. Let's slowly bring the knees to the chest. Hug the knees in and rock and roll, or roll onto the side to bring yourself up to seated. Keep the eyes closed. And just bring one hand to the solar plexus and one hand to the heart, and breathe into the hands. And I'm just going to end on a little passage that I read from, you might have seen it online, Raging Rhetoric, Stephanie Bennett Henry. So, you are a diamond in the rough, sweet girl, so tough. Maybe you'll get scratched through this dark mess. But remember, your sparkle will never shine any less. Stay tough and don't even try to hide your shine. long, big yawning breath. Bringing the palms up towards the sky. And then bringing the hands down past the crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart. And from my heart to your heart. Namaste. Namaste. So I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Just a little reminder that it's okay to rest. Allow yourself to rest when you need to. If you listen to your body, it'll tell you what it needs in every moment. So try and just find that balance, and it's just a case of getting through this. We can do things to strengthen ourselves, but we don't want to force too much. We also need to allow that cold tap to be switched on, to rest when you need to. We only heal when we're at rest, and there's a lot of healing for, as well as the planet, the collective, for us all going on at the moment. So be gentle with yourselves, and I'm sending you all my love and light to you guys back in the UK that are watching today. I love you very much. Bless you. Namaste.